Look, man, I said, check this out. When you build a case, an adult-friendly case like this, you want to call witness, file motion, call witnesses to the fact of the case. Okay? You can challenge, even me being charged with the death penalty is being illegal because of the evidence and the facts surrounding the case. Like the fact that the pre-wave people said I was asleep, that they didn't do no movement in the house. Okay, so, and then you put that with the facts by calling those witnesses said that. And then use the law on the death penalty law that clearly says that it's some unforeseeable circumstances where it flourishes, such as this, something that shocks the conscience. That, in Texas, they just break the link in the chain where you can be charged with the death penalty. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he never made that legal argument. You know what I'm saying? By calling witnesses, by filing motions, challenging the death penalty, and doing that. He never did that. But here's the fact of the case. The bottom line is, when they fix you up, they put you in a position where you have to explain. And so what happened is the DA get a case like this. He's the head police officer, the top law enforcement official. He's going to cover for the police. That's not only here, that's everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what they did here, the bottom line was, they came to my house without a warrant. They ended up opening fire, shooting these officers in the crossfire. You know what I'm saying? And what they would say is that it's better to not have the police seen in this type of life for them to lose their job and lose their pension. You know what I'm saying? And it's better for me them to charge me, falsely charge me, because they know that they can round up the public and get a conviction on
right.
this. You know what I'm saying? They know that they can put a quarter-point attorney on my case that we work with the prosecution to help them do this. And this dude called him, he's a fraud. John Evans a fraud who just got on my case. He got on my case with intent to defraud me. Every attorney that's been on this case has been part of a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? To cover for these police officers. And that's why it's hard to get justice in this country, man, because you have so many people who stand in the way of justice, man, of ordinary people like me.
Right.
Somebody who didn't commit no crime, and their own CI, they claim, who said that I did, said that he never told them that.
Right.
But they got all the evidence. They can hide what they want to hide, put in what they want to put in, and not turn over evidence is the key. And they stopped that in a lot of other states. What they did is they get a clerk appointed by all the judges. They got a special clerk, and they make a special room, and they have the clerk go pick this evidence up. And when you appoint an attorney, at that time, they would call the prosecutor and the kids over there and give everybody the evidence at the same time. But the way they got it now, where they get a prosecute the evidence, and this prosecutor got to prosecute you on the case, and it's dealing with law enforcement, of course they're going to destroy evidence. Of course they're not going to want to give you a fair trial. And that's what's happening to me, man. And so think how I feel as a man who's an ordinary person, who's been sitting in jail for 7 years, watching this take place, have to fight for my rights, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know my rights, and I want my rights. I want my motions to be filed. I want a proper investigation into this case. Why didn't Texas Rangers, so the DA claimed that it was a thorough investigation? But when you look at the report, it wasn't a thorough outside. That's what it says in the report. After talking to the Killeen Police Department, the ones who committed this crime against me, that they were just going to do the outside. Because they went inside of my apartment and shot it up, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, they did so much corrupt, man. They took guns to their house, fired the weapons, brought it back, threw the shells in the room, and placed evidence all over my house, man. You can see it in just the videos, you know. And so, but if you got a good lawyer, all this stuff will be in it as exhibit. And then pre-trial, that's when you have to build a foundation of your case. And this lawyer has to, he even went as far as say that he's not going to have to Dennis Baldwin called as a witness, which is a critical witness in my case, because his head investigator, Scott Meade, said that he didn't believe, believe the police theory of the incident that took place, and requested that there should be a more thorough investigation. And Dennis Baldwin wrote on the report, no, that's his most trusted advisor. So that shows you that this is a corrupt process. And then that report, somehow, my lawyers go in the DA office when we call a recess, and one hearing we got, he comes out to the DA's office with a report, with Scott Meade's report, after Scott Meade supposed to showed up on a subpoena, lawful subpoena, didn't show up. Other way talking about he went sick. Hold up, man. Hold up, y'all denied me my right, man, to call witnesses on my behalf. So basically, this lawyer took Scott Meade's report, took it up to the judge, and gave it to the judge, and the judge put it in the file. So I'm like, hold up, this don't look right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because Scott Meade supposed to be here. Scott Meade didn't show up. Dennis Baldwin didn't show up. He ain't show up. And we need to go on the record as to why these subpoenas, if they were squashed, why was they squashed? And if they were squashed, why was they squashed on the record? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All this stuff is going on. They manipulating the system, but they think I'm stupid. But I'm seeing all this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then one day, the judge came and said, we gonna take F1 and F2 off the record. So they take the stuff off the record, and I don't know what it is, but my lawyer know what it is, and I can guarantee you it's stuff that can benefit my case. You know what I'm saying? And so this is why this lawyer has been working with them all the time, and now when he's coming back, asking the judge to work with him now. You know what I'm saying? Man,
yeah.
Look, I've been working with that's called voucher. That's called voucher. You know what I'm saying? And the law is called voucher. Voucher. When you taking the time for financial favor. So basically, what my lawyer Carlos Garcia is saying, the reason why he wanted my lawyer to file that motion, the substitute counsel, because he's basically saying to the prosecutor, the judge, I work with y'all, now work with me, and deny this guy his constitutional right to have counsel. Yeah, man. Look at that man, but God, he's giving all this to me, man. And the fact that I know what I'm talking about. You hear me?
Yeah.
And so again, I say that I was in my own home, a place where I had a right to be. I was in there with my fiancée, Shirley, at the time. I didn't commit no crime. The accusations that they make against me are false. This officer who was started on duty, Jonathan Reinhardt, had an issue with me from 2011, and he stated to me then that he would come after me. When opportunity presented itself, he came after me. And then what happened after that was a total cover-up. All this stuff they made up about, I was standing in the parking lot, talking this or talking that, or people walking up to me and to in front of me. It's false. Show me this. Show me somebody walking up to, they got a picture of my apartment, but it's a clear picture, and it's like my apartment has been all the time. I'm an introvert. People don't come up to me. People don't come to my apartment. And what you see is a green truck, and you see my apartment, windows glass closed, and I'm probably in my apartment, being private, like privacy is out of right. That's the only picture they got. Well, if you investigating me, why don't you got a picture of all these people that you claim is walking up to and from my car? Because it never happened. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't walk up to me. I don't get out like that. I'm a private person. I get up, go to church on Sunday. I do my weekly work with Shirley. We exercise. We go to the gym, exercise. We pick her daughter up to school, take her daughter to school, take her to get her something to eat, cut the grass, drink a beer, sit in her garage, and that's our day. Maybe later on go to the club. That's we old people, man. And all this stuff about this stuff, these accusations they making, man. You know, it's concerning. You know, it's just so the corrupt process, man. It's heavy on my chest, man.
Right.
You know, and I've been here for 7 years, bro, almost, and I'm innocent. But they riling the people up, man. I wasn't even charged with deal with you. The shooter did with it. But they said when I got down here that this will rise more hatred for me and would get a conviction. So they just charged because they could. Because the lawyer I had at the time, Michael White, he was working with them. He was working with them. And the judge signed the warrant after that. You know, he was covering this Mark Burnell. He all of them in on this together to cover, you know, for the police. And that's bad, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, there has to be some kind of police accountability, man.
Right.
You know, I don't have no nothing personal against the police. I ain't shoot no police. And this officer right here, and I'm surprised that these people, these police officers, they're supposed to claim them as friends. What they decided to do is quit the 3 police officers that left because they have to change them to change their statement. I want to investigate and know these police officers are. You know, I want to investigate why Scott B didn't believe what the request of this investigation was denied. You know, so all this stuff here, man, I want to know why they took evidence of the crime scene to their house where, you know, and so if this stuff is not litigated properly and it's not under this Carlos Garcia, you know, I don't care how you try to make yourself look in the public zone, you know, but I just want to argue with him in public and go into all this other different stuff that he's doing and that he didn't do because the hearing wasn't about that. It was just about me being able to hire my counsel and move forward. And he's also delayed that process. And like I said, the DA had no problem pointing out to the public that, oh, he's waiting to have surgery. That's a smoke screen. That's a smoke screen that's being created by Carlos Garcia and the DA's office to the public. No, I have no surgery plan, but it's to lead me farther down the road until he pushes me off the cliff. That's what you do. You try to trick people and you try to play them like they ignorant. So the court has said this way: ignorance is no excuse to the law. And I'm trying to have my rights protected. I'm trying to have my rights protected, and they're not being protected in this courtroom. And so I really wish I could move my case to another courtroom and get going, because if the judge has a bias, that bias will reflect on the whole case and the whole courtroom. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I mean, I'm innocent. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being charged, I believe, and according to my attorney, and according to my investigator, Chaz Mitchell, according to my attorney, Anthony Smith, that I'm being of my race. And I don't even like to use that term, but that's what they told me. And
right.
The race of the officer.
Right.
Like, showed me this. This is something that I'm saying. And, you know, I'm an American citizen. I should have the right to be able to present my case, and you know, to the public. I should have the right to the truth. I shouldn't even be charged, or it shouldn't even be no trial. But if I got to go to trial, I want to protect my legal rights so I don't get stuck in prison. Like this Reed guy, this Reed guy they got that's stuck on death row, saying, I forgot his last name, Reed, and they hit on death row for 20 years, but he didn't know the process. Once they convict you and you don't raise your legal issues, you stuck on death row. You never gonna get out of prison. And there's thousands and thousands of people stuck in prison like that because they didn't have no law library. They weren't able to study the seriousness of the crime they was charged with like I have. And I want to fight for my rights, man. I didn't kill nobody. I didn't shoot nobody. But I'm in jail because it's called prosecutor big victim. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
we can argue that and prove that the prosecutor should be removed, this prosecutor office should be removed off this case because they failed to turn over evidence in a timely manner. They refused to turn over evidence in this case. You know what I'm saying? And their conduct in this case has been malicious. You know what I'm saying? And we should be able to get them off this case, man. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, like I said, the prosecutors, they won't, as long as they get lawyers, court-appointed lawyers, that's going to agree with and play the game with them, they can accept the lawyers delaying the process. And so that's what this is. You know, the lawyers been delaying the process, and the prosecutors been working with them because at the end of the day, their position is you're gonna work with us right to convict us. Man, yes, and you know, of course my attorney know how to shoot this officer. He's kind of like, you know, kind of so many words said that. You know what I'm saying? My prior attorney said that, but the thing about it is, these attorneys are paying taxpayers' dollars to defend you, but they're taking those dollars and having and getting this great. You look at the houses, man. You know, they got these nice houses and these nice cars and a nice full bank account, and they're selling people out. And
right.
That's how it goes. You know, there is no more. There's no more dignity when it's like a cattle line, like Michael White has said to somebody, it's a cattle line. So, you know, it's just, you know, it's just don't have, it should be, this whole system should be evaluated and overhauled. You know, I mean, right. I agree with a lawyer.
You have 1 minute left.
Being able to make a living, but making it like that in a corrupt way like they doing it, no, man, it's not fair. You know, so they take
right.
the money and they use the money to sell. Say, hey, you know, I'm gonna sell this guy out, you know, for the money. And that's what's happening. And a lot of these dumps from these big cases because they get paid a lot of money. And so I'm sure he don't want to get that money back, and that's why he's fighting for stay on my case.
Right.
Man, God bless you, man. I ain't ready to get off my chest, man. So, because I'm going through something, man, you know. And then
right.
the fact that we have to go to court, for something that has no legal basis behind it, it's concerning me.
Absolutely,
you know,
absolutely.
You know, he bullied my lawyer to do that. Carlos Garcia told my lawyer to file that motion. And if my lawyer doing that, I was just upset.
Thank you for using Security. Goodbye.